Yeah, we are VoteMeApp. Our mission is to help organizations to discover and empower trusted leaders. So basically, we're building a mobile app that it's a decision-making tool that allows any group of people, small or large, to organize elections. Our solution is perfect for professional associations, groups and communities, and social political organizations. There are a lot of problems with the organizations that are trying to organize elections, and right now this is very hectic. You need hundreds of people sometimes to organize complicated elections, and this is very costly. Also, it's very hard to assure that these elections would be really transparent and fair, and they are not influenced by anyone. So now, today, with technology, we can solve all this and make them actually simple and not that expensive. Actually, we can make them 10 times cheaper than classical elections. And if we are analyzing about how we are doing elections, I recommend to watch this show. It's called The Patriot Act on Netflix. And Hassan Minhaj will explain why we're doing elections wrong, because we have the free information, that we have access to information, but we don't have access to free elections. And I explain you why. Usually voters select their candidates. This is the idea, right, of any democratic process. But because of the multiple filters, especially in media, this process is altered and right now very costly and ineffective. That's why candidates need very large amounts of money. This is how oligarchs are happening, and they sponsor these candidates. And the study by Princeton University showed that candidates are more eager to listen to the sponsors, the big oligarchs that promote some business groups and interest, and not the needs and the expectations of the voters. And this is actually the big trouble with the democratic exercise right now. We are simulating an election. We don't have like really free and democratic elections nowadays. Our app have multiple solutions that are designed to solve this issue. First, above everything, the proof of identity. We are using a simple selfie picture to demonstrate that the person is really that person who say they are. Our app is decentralizing and making elections more transparent. We are enabling the power of recommendation, increasing engagement and group. Everyone have an equal chance, girls and boys, and also all data is encrypted. The secret sauce behind our app is an algorithm that is used by all of you when you search something in Google. It's called the page rank, and we are basically use the same algorithm but for people. So we can say that what we have is Google for elections. After the pandemic, because some organization reached us, we also developed a web app for organization that allows them to organize live conferences, to take real-time decisions. We offer them an interactive chat, different level of access, the possibility to add multiple issues on the agenda when they can vote real-time, yes, no, or abstain. And at the end, they have also a digitally signed protocol that they can attach to their organization official documents. So far, during the last 12 months, we tested our application in 11 countries. We have 8% week-by-week growth in terms of votes. And because we have a freemium app, we have about 7% of people who are actually unlocking the paid functions of the VoteMeApp. We have two business models, the freemium app and the enterprise web dashboard for organization that is integrated with Zoom and starting at around $200. We are a team of two experienced co-founders with a track of business development and startups. Currently, we organized more than 50 elections with now more than 1,200 users on both iOS and Android. Our go-to-market plan is quite simple. At the end of the month, we will organize a digital event dedicated to future of democracy. In the next 60 days, we would like to reach 100 organizations so that they can see the real benefit and impact of using our application. And after all, we would like to start a movement because we realize that we are trying to change culture, and it will need a lot of effort to change the culture of how elections are organized. That's all. We work for trusted leaders. Looking forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Artur. So you spent 5 minutes exactly. So thank you for the great timing. So I would like to thank you, and I would like to ask our jury members to provide the questions. Please go ahead.
Sure.
Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur, be short,
Yes, sir.
please. Just not spend the whole time, okay, on answering. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you.
Could you please tell me who are your current clients? So I believe you have some live traction now, and who are your clients? So what for do?
Yeah, as I mentioned also during the presentation, the product market fit for us currently are professional associations. So basically, think and imagine the union of lawyers, right? Usually hundreds or thousands of people who are very hard to, for example, to organize. Or a union of teachers, or a union of all the Uber drivers, for example, in an entire country, right? If you want to ask them at the same time to take a decision, it's very complicated to bring them all in a single room. But it's very simple. It's absurd how simple it is and cheap to involve them in a democratic exercise and to ask them if they want, for example, red cars or white cars, you know? Or, for example, you can involve and engage an entire community, an entire village, to decide if they want to spend $50,000 on, for example, on the school or for the health, right? So it's really simple, and we target right now especially organizations, because our tool have a track of helping them organize themselves, and not only recognize who are the existing leaders, but also to find and discover who are the new trusted faces, because this is very important for an organization, for every community, for every group. If they want to prosper, it's not enough to have a powerful leader. It's also important to build a healthy team. And you can do that only by discovering at early stage who are the best people in your organization.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Arthur, when I look at the voting use case, how would you say, what would you say is unique about the app compared to other solutions such as Slido we are using here, or SurveyMonkey, or Doodle, or just group surveys on Facebook and Twitter?
Yeah, those. Thank you for the question. Those solutions are not trustworthy at all. It's super simple to trick them. So in our case, we have the security at the beginning, and we are making sure that all the people who are taking a decision are really like a person, a real person, and they don't vote, they don't try to rig the elections. So we have this proof of identity that is making our solution so much more effective. We have this protocol that have a digital signature, and you can attach this protocol to the legal documents of the organization. And we also have a unique algorithm, and we are trying to solve all the things that we don't like about the existing elections, like the filter of candidates, right? In our app, everybody is a candidate, so there is no really a filter. And also there are also other things like, instead of dedicating also one vote for a person, we are allowing people to distribute their trust across multiple candidates. So we are actually allowing them to vote, for example, for 4 people, and each person receives 25% of their trust. So in the end, the results that you get, it's so much more accurate and close to the real representation and power of the people.
If I can, thank you for the presentation. Glad to see you here.
Nice to see you.
Just one question with regards to your traction. You mentioned that you have already launched it or used it in 11 countries. So what's your primarily testing market? Do you test it already globally, or do you start with some particular countries where you can really test it out on different organizations and so on and so forth? And maybe slightly connected to this, but a bit different question is, okay, so for the, let's say, end user, the members of the organization that are about to vote, they need to download the mobile app, right? And
Exactly.
they create profile with all these digital signatures and identification, so on and so forth. But does it work only for one organization? Or for instance, I know that lawyers are usually members of different organizations at the same time. So can they use it for different organizations and different events at the same time? I mean, like the technique, how it works, the mechanics, I would say. Yeah,
I see. Yeah, thank you very much, Alina, for the question. Indeed, we are a global solution, and our aim is to impact how people organize elections at the world scale. But I'm happy to be part and in the board of Digital Communication Network. It's a professional organization of digital communication professionals in 27 countries. And we had the possibility to actually test this idea during the international events that we organize in different countries. And also because our organization is decentralized and we have communities in every country, that was the main idea at the beginning why we started to develop this solution, because we had this problem. We wanted to empower our community to select their own leaders, right? So that's how we explain this traction of 11 countries, but also because I'm often in Brussels and I have clients there, I offered them the possibility to use this for our campaigns that we are organizing in different Eastern European countries. That's the response to the first part of the question. And the second part, it's actually really simple. You don't have to create a profile now. So all the information that we are taking from the people is their name, their telephone number, and their selfie. That's all. So they don't have to create a profile. And every organization, each time they want to start a ballot, they can do that in just 1 minute, and they have a link, a unique link, and they are just inviting all the participants to take part in that elections. And you don't have a limited time. For example, you can vote only in this day. No, you can organize an election that is running for 15 minutes, 1 day, 1 week, or 30 days, right? So you have this total flexibility and freedom to organize elections the way people think it's more convenient for them.
Yeah, Artur, sorry to interrupt you. Just we already our time is off already. So I would like also to touch some questions. I don't know if you see it from our application. So I think you already answered those questions. Yes.
Not really. The question about the IDNP for Moldova, for example, we have this question often. We have the possibility to integrate the MPass technology. So it's the official identity technology that is used by the Moldovan government. So if there are organizations that are, I would say, the governmental level, we can do that for them integrated with MPass, but we will not ask people of their personal data. We just don't need that for the sake of the election exercise.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for your answers.
Thank you.
For your pitch deck.